I'd like to talk to you about the Masters in Clinical Nutrition here in Tartu. I'm Alastair Forbes and I'm the course director. We hope to offer a demanding but also rewarding and hopefully entertaining course. And I'd point out that it's the only English language course that focuses on clinical nutrition anywhere in the European Union. The first year of the course is mainly a taught, relatively didactic course based on lectures, seminars and tutorials, and the whole of this part of the course is in English. The second year of the course is much more varied and is composed very largely of the students' research project and internship. That can be in Tartu or elsewhere, and then the year finishes with a breaking news topic where we look at material that's only been presented or published anywhere in the last year. The course in total amounts to 120 of the ECT credits, so it's a conventional 2-year master's that's recognised throughout Europe. We use very interactive teaching methods. The assessment methods include frequent course assessments, essays, multiple choice questions, and the final assessment has its base on the master's dissertation, the summary of the research project, but there is also an end of course exam. We also do what we call 360-degree evaluations at regular intervals throughout the course, which means that the students have an opportunity of scoring us as the teachers, as well as us scoring the students. I'll show you 2 pictures here of the University Hospital, Clinicum. The reason for that is that that's where the course is based. We are physically in the hospital, in a university area within the hospital. So it's very, very closely engaged psychologically as well as physically with the clinical base for the course. A little bit of background as to why we're running this course at all. Malnutrition is very common and it adds to the severity of most diseases. It increases morbidity, mortality, and undoubtedly contributes in a serious way to the human and the financial costs of illness. It's also often missed or neglected, particularly when the patient's very sick with some other problem. The malnutrition component to that gets overlooked because people are attending to the emergency. But healthcare systems around the world are beginning to recognise and realise the importance of malnutrition. And then comes the realisation that there aren't enough people with the right professional skills and knowledge and expertise in clinical nutrition to help the healthcare system do anything about it. And that's where we come in. Clearly, a master's in clinical nutrition is an obvious solution. And here are 3 of our first intake of students enjoying their learning experience a couple of years ago. So we have a strong local faculty. It's multidisciplinary for most of the key departments in the hospital. And we also have a panel of international teachers. And unfortunately, that little list there was supposed to be a nice bunch of flags, but on the slides it's got corrupted. So you've just got a list of country initials. But I think you'll get the idea that there are a lot of different countries represented in our international faculty, some of whom visit, some of whom teach online, but all of whom are involved in some way or other in the course. There are also opportunities for electives and internships in all of those countries. Not only those countries, but those are places that I, as the course director, know people personally, and it's very easy to arrange visits, such as to, in the recent years, to Italy, to Sweden, to Norway, and so on. An example of a visitor, this is Professor Mette Holst, who's a professor of nursing in Denmark, who spent some time with us. And George Grimble, now you might wonder what on earth he's doing, but we took him to Tartu's Science Museum, AHA, where they have an anti-gravity room where you find yourself in very strange postures. So George Grimble is a regular visitor. He's a professor of nutrition from London. We also have a very active academic research programme. That covers a whole range of different things. I've just given some examples here. Unfortunately, the flags have worked this time. And you can see that it ranges from acute mesenteric ischemia, basically loss of blood supply to the intestine, through to definitions and simplified implementation of the definitions of malnutrition and sarcopenia. These are all things that we're doing anyway, and they are all very clear opportunities for engagement of the student group and as potential projects for people in their second year. We do clinical tests. You can see here the example of grip strength measurement and an introduction to the techniques of enteral tube feeding, demonstrated here by one of our nurses. Also, in the intensive care unit, we use indirect calorimetry, a specialised method of assessing the exact energy requirements of a patient in intensive care. This is Professor Starkov, who's one of our regular teachers in the intensive care department. But we also get the students involved. So you can see here, this is a new machine. We were trying it out for the first time, and the students were there taking part, helping to read the instruction manual and make sure that we got the machine working properly. And this is just a week or two ago, the International Nutrition Day, which is run by the European Nutrition Society, ESPEN. We cannibalised the patient material on the orthopaedic ward. Didn't really, but we went to the orthopaedic ward. We did the assessment of their nutritional status on that one day. This is done on a Thursday in November every year. It collects students and patients, most importantly, from all over the world. And some tens of thousands of patients are recruited each time. Some of those are now recruited each year by our master's students. What do we think people get out of the course? They certainly get a 2-year, highly rated master's degree. We also expect that all of our students will make at least one presentation at a national meeting, probably more than one, at least one presentation at an international meeting, and to contribute to at least one scientific publication. So we're expecting CVs to be enhanced quite substantially. Some of the students will actually end up as the principal, first author of an international scientific publication. So, who's it suitable for? Who could be eligible for our course? It's really anyone with an interest in nutrition. Very often those are nurses, doctors, nutrition scientists, but also vets, established dietitians wanting a more academic slant to their career. And we have a whole team. My own team reckon that this is a pretty good picture of our team, but I haven't quite managed to work out from them which of the people in the picture is meant to be me. I have a shrewd idea. But there are exams. Do we take our examining seriously? Yes, we do. But we also introduce an element of fun to it. So as an example, the end of Module 5 coincides with Christmas. So the end of 5 multiple choice question assessment was conducted very seriously, with serious proper questions, but it was demonstrated in the form of a game of snakes and ladders. And the person who won actually got 2 mince pies rather than just 1. So come and join us. We're very keen to welcome new students from all over the world to come and join with the master's degree in clinical nutrition in Tartu. Thank you very much.